Good morning. A little earlier this morning, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got the burners who are getting a break from the weather. It's still going to be a little bit breezy at times. It's going to get warmer out there as we go towards the weekend. But this next few days out in the Black Rock Desert for the Burning Man Festival, because they've had a run. If you've been paying attention to your social media feeds, you know what I'm talking about. So not too bad. The subtropical moisture, most of it, here it is moving off. Temperatures the next couple of days are going to be on the mild side, warming as we go into early next week. So we're going to see some big heat in the Central Valley again with temperatures back potentially over 100 degrees. So we'll start off with the moisture, the subtropical moisture plume, which is this area here. You can see it moving up over Baja into Southern California. They may see a few showers down there this morning and this afternoon in Southern California, down out into the deserts of the Southwest. Most of the moisture in the central and northern Sierra Nevada has moved on, right? And then you can kind of see it's getting carried. This is going to be some explosive stuff today. So this is all kind of, not all of it, but a good portion of this is from this North American monsoon. And you can see all this moisture coming up. It's not getting pulled as far north, but this is remnants from what we've been experiencing, and it rolls over the ridge and works its way out into the plain. So it's all attached, right? So this weather here, which will be explosive today, flood concerns, flood warnings in Missouri and areas around Louisiana, northern Louisiana, will be wet because of this flow. Here is a low pressure system that is helping to relieve our inversion. When you relieve our inversion, you allow the fog to get deeper, right? A deeper marine layer, and so it's pushing inland. And that's where we are now. But lots of activity down here around Baja. So some of these tropical storms now working their way back into our forecast. The fires right now, not too bad. It's been a pretty good run. This can be changed a little bit early next week as we get into some much warmer weather. And it doesn't take much to get fire starts these days, this time of year, right? Mediterranean climate, wet winter. That's what Mediterranean climate is. It's a wet winter and a dry summer. We're a dry summer. We're Mediterranean climate. And so the potential for fires when you get into August and late August and September, it's on. So, but again, CAL FIRE just has been extraordinary in their efforts this year, I think. I think they should get some kind of a award or national award for organization or whatever, because it's amazing what they're doing. We're not through the woods yet, but it's just really heartening to see how well they're managing fires this year. This is purple air. Looking at air quality real quick. So you got some smoke up around the Garnet fire up out of Bakersfield. Air quality not so good in the foothills, but well, let's see where we are. We're more towards Mammoth Lakes. Yeah, that's all wafting over the hill. And let's see what else we got. Bay Area looks good. Northern California, some fires up in Trinity Alps, and then LA, just doing what LA does in the morning when people start driving around and you get a little bit of an inversion. So this is the sun coming up. This is Lake Tahoe. I'm going to go 3 hours ago, so it'll be dark. This is Lake Tahoe. This is from Dollar Point, Emerald Bay. Yeah, Emerald Bay. Okay, so Bliss State Park. See the planets moving, a couple planets. And then you see the sun come up. Not as much subtropical moisture. So that's first thing you notice this morning. Hope you're having a good day. I am heading out early to go do some fishing up in Northern California. Wanted to get this in because I like leaving you with something over the course of a weekend. So so this weekend, kind of like what we had, right? It's a joke. It's a weatherman joke, like just persistence. Yeah, so remember, especially in the Bay Area, but kind of pretty much the same deal. There'll be some variations. The real warm-up starts on Sunday into Monday and Tuesday in the Central Valley. But overall, these deeper marine layers will continue for the next couple of days. And that induces more clearing along the coast. So here is, when I say more induces, it's a lot of fog along the coast, but it has an opportunity when the marine layer stretches out, it burns off a bit easier. It's easier to remove from Stinson Beach, from Bolinas, from Santa Cruz. So you'll see a bunch of it this morning. You'll see it far inland, but you'll also see it burn off potentially more quickly as it did yesterday, especially along the coast. So this is Mount Tamalpais looking down. The marine layer looks a little shallower, but the inversion says it's 2,300 feet. So this is the profiler. And again, I hope you're getting used to looking at this. This is, okay, so this is yesterday, right? So time runs from right yesterday to the current to left. So right there, the top of the blue line is the top of the clouds that I just showed you, theoretically. So 2,300 feet, something like that. That's a pretty deep marine layer. Typically this time of year, the marine layer, well, when we get to Monday, marine layer is going to be down to about here, down to about 1,200 feet Monday and Tuesday. That's going to induce a much warmer climate. Right now, we're in this cooler pattern. Okay, the more you look at it, the more it makes sense, although I get it. Okay, so I talked about the subtropical moisture. This is U.S. watches and warnings. You've got flood watches, red flag red flag warnings up here for weather. Pretty quiet though, right? Think about it. Think how noisy it's been for watches and warnings around the state of California the last week or so, right? So, and then here's remember that subtropical plume I showed you that's coming off of that's fed from our weather that we had the last couple of days, that North American monsoon. This is ending up down in northern Oklahoma, parts of Nebraska. This is going to go off. They're going to have some severe weather concerns there, and everywhere else looks okay. Let's see. Good morning again. Morning is not my time. I'm getting better at though. For after television for a long time and working nights, because before television, I was a waiter, right? Well, when I was in college, I waited tables at Charlie Brown's in Emeryville, right? If you remember that place, I had window sections. Used to crush it. It was awesome. Could see the Golden Gate Bridge. But I worked nights, and then I graduated college, and then I didn't work nights for a little while when I worked for a environmental planning firm, doing environmental impact reports for different groups, air quality sections mainly. And then I went back to television. So I've been working nights for a long time. So getting up early, it's, like 45 years of working nights. So getting up for me early is like 7:30, but I'm getting better. I got up at 6:30 this morning. Okay. And I'm probably on my way to an earlier weather pattern or sleep cycle as we go through time here, I hope. Okay. There's that system we're watching. This is the GFS. Look at the size of this ridge. I know it's dirty. It's a dirty ridge, and you see the trough here. Underneath it, there's flow, but the main ridge is going up over. So Canada in for some, Alaska, warm, wet up in here. This is the system, kind of a cutoff low that is going to do this. It's going to keep us kind of unstable in the inversion, so deeper inversion. Let's see if I can get this to roll. Here we go. So you see it get close, and then it pops away. So this is Saturday, still warm. I'm just looking at major changes. Here's Sunday afternoon, and then here comes, see it pops up a little. These guys retrograde, go backwards. This indicates to me high is taking hold, and that's where the heat comes in. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and even into Thursday looks pretty hot. And then it pops, then it gets crushed down. Did you see the ridge go down? And then the lines come closer to us. And yeah, it's a dirty ridge, right? Just means a dirty ridge. It sounds weird, but that's what we used to call it. Like, just means there's a ridge of high pressure. Usually it's clear, fair weather, but you get the main ridge is there, but then stuff gets underneath it, comes in over the top, and you get kind of what we're going to see. So this weekend looks pleasant, warmer Sunday, but really warmer Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, especially in the Central Valley. My friends I'm going to zoom up on this a little bit because this is the HRRR, and what I want you to see is this moisture plume. So there's an opportunity down for San Diego for some scattered showers today. This is I should have done that. So this is Thursday. When was that? No, yeah, Thursday mid-morning. So this is all day San Diego. So there's a chance for some showers and maybe even thunderstorms as that kind of dying subtropical storm pushed moisture through the area. HRRR, rapid update. And then you see a chance for, this is on late this afternoon, a chance for some blossoming of thunderstorms. But this is nothing like what we've been seeing. So what I just say. Weather looks good this weekend. Burners, you get a break. Lake Tahoe, you might see some buildup, but nothing. We're not expecting anything like we've been seeing. So just kind of, and the weekend kind of goes that way, and then it heats up next week. I probably could have said that in like 2 minutes, right? But the models, it's fun to look at the models and have them verify what we're looking at or what we're thinking. So here is the HRRR temperature forecast for today, and I'll run it through this afternoon. And you can see Thursday afternoon, you kind of look at the bullseyes, those purples, those are the heat bubbles. And you can see the break in the middle, which is where this delta breeze goes up into Sacramento and cools it off. Sacramento today in the low 90s, mid 90s, but cooler along the coast. Tomorrow does the same thing, and you'll see the heat bubbles again right there. Little, about the same, kind of broken up. So it indicates a sea breeze. Also indicates more of the same. This is into tomorrow afternoon. And then Sunday, it warms up a little more, but the model doesn't go out that far. This is the Ocean Beach camera. Got some friends who've been surfing out the beach in the morning. It's been pretty good. It's this time of year, we call them bonus days. If you're scoring surf at Ocean Beach in August and September, I thought I saw somebody out. It kind of looks like it's kind of hard to see. That's a bonus. And then this is Malibu. Swell's going to come up a little bit as we go into next week. We talked about that yesterday. Isn't that amazing? I mean, first of all, these guys all know each other, right? Anybody who shows up on a teeny weeny day at 7 a.m. and puts on a wetsuit and paddles out, not anybody, but I guarantee there's a lot of chatter going on out there, which is kind of fun. It's a different group. That early morning group is a different group. If you surf, it's an interesting group. They're like, a buddy of mine was telling me, he was right too, because in the old days there's a lot of beef in the water, especially when it gets crowded, and he goes, there's never beef in the morning, which is interesting, and it's true, because the beefy guys, the guys that have a couple of extra beers at midnight, those guys aren't waking up at 7 a.m. Why do you think? I mean, right? Chime in on that. I always thought that. I remember thinking that. Yeah. Now, maybe I'm a beefy guy because I wouldn't show up until I get to the beach. My time is like 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11. But the guys who go really early, like crack those guys, they're all business, man. Most of them got real jobs. They get done, to shower up. They go to work. They go home, feed the family, right? It's the guys that show up at around 10, 11. They kind of straggle in like on a Tuesday. Right? I got nowhere to be. They're the ones that probably beef the hardest. Just that, again, anecdotal. This is Mount Shasta sun coming up. Again, keep thinking we're going to see some kind of a UFO or something cool, right? It's fun to watch the stars go through the sky. Mount Shasta, known for UFO activity. And then sun coming up this morning. Isn't that beautiful? Come on, California. I'm actually going up. That's where I'm heading in about half hour in that area. This is Mount Whitney. Whitney and Brewer. You should read Up and Down California by is it Mark Brewer? Brewer's last name. He was a USGS guy. I think he named Whitney in honor of his boss, Charles Whitney. I can't remember the names anymore. Whitney was a geologist as well with the USGS. This is Whitney here, and you see some of that moisture we talked about. So we did it. Okay, it was short. You'll probably appreciate not having to hear me blather on, but I just wanted to leave you with something tangible. Weekend looks good. Warmer next week. Fire danger will elevate. I don't know how. We'll see fire starts next week for sure, because it looks like it's gonna get pretty hot in the Central Valley, over 100 degrees. But this weekend, steady as she goes, burners. You guys are gonna get away with it, man. If you survive the last few days, I think you're in good shape now. Okay, I will see you back here probably on Monday morning. Take care.